Long since Charlton played a top-flight game at the Valley, that match of the day didn't even exist. 41 years on, though, Charlton entertained Southampton and they were watched by Steve Lee.
How proud was this Valley? Party time in south-east London. There were even fireworks to greet the teams. Alan Kirbish's side determined to see the good times roll here after so many lean years. The match started with fireworks of its own, a frenetic pace set by the league's new boys. 3 minutes gone, the Southampton defence creaked. Sean Newton's cross should have been dealt with comfortably by the Saints defenders. It wasn't. Hesitation on the ball allowed the impressive John Robinson to seize his chance. The red waves continued to flood forward. 4 minutes later, John Robinson tested the Southampton defence again. Chris Powell followed up on the overlap. His cross met by Neil Redfearn and followed up by Andy Hunt, but referee Bob Harris disallowed the goal for offside. Still, the Charlton pressure was unrelenting. A snapshot from Andy Hunt and Redfearn's lunge just deflected wide by Paul Jones. The second half saw Matt Tissier on as substitute, but Southampton's luck didn't improve. Straight from the kick-off, Charlton went for the jugular again. Hunt the creator this time, Neil Redfearn cashing in on Jones's parry. 2-0. Talk about a happy Valley. Then Clive Mendonca, who'd impressed throughout, took over. First, he was sent sprawling in the box by the luckless Jones. Referee Harris saw red and Jones, the gloves, was off. Southampton had already used their 3 substitutes, so David Howells took over between the posts. Dave Jones' expression summed up Southampton's day. Howells' first job, picking the ball out of the back of the net. Southampton slipped deeper into the mire when some woeful defending allowed Clive Mendonca to pounce again. 4-0, it was becoming a rout. If Charlton's 5th was Route 1, then it was with some AA assistance from the now beleaguered Saints defence. Mendonca in again for the easiest hat-trick he'll ever score. A famous day at the Valley for Charlton and their fans, not bad for starters.
We can't deny ourselves that we've had a good start, and the way we played today was excellent. You know, it wasn't a question if Southampton had 10 men or not. You know, we actually scored the 3rd goal and had 11, but it could have been 4 or 5 at half-time. So I'm absolutely delighted with the performance and delighted for the fans who, you know, this was icing on the cake, I think. You know, we've come back to the Valley for the Premiership football and they've seen a great performance today.
I can't defend my defenders. You know, they were poor today. And as I said, I've been at the club 12 months and it's probably the worst display I've ever had in charge of Southampton, and just means getting back to the drawing board and working hard and trying to remedy that.
On a personal note, I'm delighted to score 3 goals, but I was delighted to get 90 minutes in today because, I mean, that's the first time this season I've played 90 minutes because pre-season I was out for like 3 weeks with a back injury, so it was really satisfying today.
Happy return to the Valley, Trevor, in the top flight anyway.
Well, Southampton were bad, mind you, but I mean Charlton early on in the season.
Charlton credit, Trevor, please.
Yeah. I mean, early on, as a promoted side, you've got, I think, to pick up points early on. So I think 2 pluses. They did well last week at Newcastle defensively. Now on attack-wise, and also Clive Mendonca, who's going to be important for scoring the goals. He's got a hat-trick, so he's bubbling, and it's the ideal start. The Valley's a good place to be.
Yeah. Mark, a lot of people thought Charlton would do at Barnsley, but they've made a couple of different starts. First, they've got points in the bag, and they've not conceded goals, which Barnsley never really did all season, didn't
well, that was a key, certainly, for Barnsley last year, was up until Christmas they were shipping in goals left, right and centre. Charlton started very well in that department, and certainly the promotion last year via the playoffs was based on the fact that they're very organised defensively, and that if that continues, they've got a good chance of avoiding relegation.
Might get tougher, though. Now, 100-1 on Charlton to win the Premiership before the season began, and they should stretch their lead with their next 2 games away to Arsenal and Manchester United. 100-1 shots Leicester City are in 2nd place after beating Everton 2-0, while Wimbledon, 2nd favourites for the drop, not the league, lie in 3rd. Southampton have conceded 7 goals in their first 2 games and are bottom of the Premiership tonight. The only other side without a point are Spurs. Their reward, Sunday morning training. With our man of the day, he scored a hat-trick in the playoffs at Wembley to get Charlton into the Premiership, and today Clive Mendonca repeated the feat to send them to the top. Good night.